I'm just making another one of those little tags that I made. I've doubled the paper, so I've used 2 of them together to make it a little bit more substantial. And I've gone around it with some gold permanent marker. These are only cheap permanent markers. I picked these up from Aldi a long time ago. I got a couple in silver and a couple in gold, and they're really nice. And then I've got a cardstock one that's in a different size, and all I do is I just go around it like that. Can you see how pretty that just makes the edge for something like this journal? And I just carefully just go around the edge, and it just adds a little bit of fanciness to the edge of it. And it's a nice colour, this one. It's not too brassy. Some of them can be a little bit orange looking, but this one's quite nice. So that's all I do. And I've done that on there. I just go across the top of it a bit more, I think. There we go. And all I'm doing, as I did on this one, I still need to find a couple more of these little flowers. I've just got some Helmar craft glue here, and I'm just going to glue it. Oh, that's a bit hard. Must have a bit stuck on the end of it. Sometimes these smaller bottles, you need to put a lot of pressure on them to get the glue out. There we go, that's much better. And I'm just doing it in an L shape. And as I've done here, I'm just gluing it closer to one side than the other so that I can make like a double tuck and have like a little tuck there and a little tuck in there. Like that. So I've got one of those for each of the journals now. So that should, once that's on the page, that one will be going that way. So you'll have a tuck spot there and a tuck spot in there, and because I've doubled that paper over there, it will make it a little bit stronger. So that's an easy embellishment to do, and you could make that out of any shape. You could even just use a piece of rectangle paper. I do want to put a little bit of stickles, I think, in there as well, because this particular paper line, it's quite glamorous and things like this. This is platinum stickles. You could put a bead or anything like that in there. I think I mentioned that before. And that might need unsticking. Doesn't want to come out. Oh, here we go. Okay. Just put a blob of that in the center. And I could also put a little bead in that or a sequin in that if I wanted to. Oh, this must be getting empty. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. I'll have to get some more. So just like that, to just lift it, and I think they're quite pretty. Let's see if I've got enough to do, and it gets rid of that real bright pink as well that's in the center of the flower. There we go. Like that. Okay, I'll have to leave that upside down, I think, so it all drains down so I can use it. I have a couple of these little beads here. They're really tiny. So, you know, a couple of those sprinkled in would be pretty as well. So there's two little embellishments that we can use, one for each. But I'll put those to the side because I need that that glitter to dry, and I still need to find a couple more of these little flowers, or I could use a different kind. Right, what else can we do? Oh, that's what I wanted to do. So when I was doing that, I thought, I wonder what the page would look like. Oh, if I put a bit of gold just, you know, down the side of the page like that as well. I have done this with a paintbrush once on it. Oh, see, it's quite pretty. Although I do believe that will be covered by the time I'm finished. I remember using, oh, I forget what it's called now, like a wax, almost like a gilding wax, on one of the journals I made, and I used a little brush to put it on. It took so long, but I did like the effect of it. So you see how that just picks it up? I quite like that. Just on the printed pages I could do that. Probably be more beneficial down the bottom and up the top. I do kind of think the side might end up a little bit covered, so yes, like that. Can you? I don't know if you can see it. I can. I think you can too. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. That's the beauty of it. It looks almost a little bit better if it's got the occasional little crooked piece. So I think I'll go ahead and do all the printed papers with the gold around it, and then I'll be back. So that's where we're up to. Now, what I wanted to do today was a little bit of cutting, and I just got to find a decent cutting mat, one that doesn't look too bad. So here we go. This is very old, but they're good. It's a Creative Memories healing mat. And so what I thought I would do, on this cutout we've got this square. I want to cut the square out, make it like a window, because I think that might look nice. Let's I have not cut like this for quite some time, so let's hope I can do it all right. A long time ago I used to love cutting things out like this. I forgot what they used to call it. Where you cut all your fancy, like it's fussy cutting, but it's not with scissors, it's with the scalpel blade. Very intricate work for scrapbooking and things. I used to love doing that. It's probably way back when my eyesight was a little bit better. Okay, that's all right. So what I will do is on every page that has that window effect, there might be, sure, I will find every page that has that window effect, might be just one in each thing. So there's one in that one, and maybe one in this one as well, I think. Perhaps. Maybe, maybe not. I could cut around like that as well, and then around her. There's only that one in here. But in the other journal, there is another one as well. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the windows out, and then I'll come back. I'm just cutting the lady out on it's the outer part of one of the signatures here, and I just wanted to show you how I do it. I know most of you may know how to cut things like this out, but there may be some people that don't. So just let me see if I can zoom in a little better here. And I've already just run my knife across that top bit there, but I'm going to be doing along her arm and around her head. It's a little bit more intricate. The easiest way I find is you start, like, see there's a little corner there. You start in the corner and bring it out. And it's best to use your paper to move. Don't try and move your knife around too much. You might end up ruining the paper. You can curve it and things, but when it comes to getting into intricate places, turn your paper rather than trying to move your knife around. And that way, and it's easier. But then when you've got little jaggedy bits, I guess you could say, a series of little cuts, always coming from the inside corner part. Don't cut towards the image. Try and cut away from the image when you've got a little piece like this. And you should find you get pretty good results. Now, I'm not going to go around her fingers. What I'm going to do is come up on her thumb and bring it over to here. That way it's going to have a little bit more stability, I think. Where does that image go there? Okay. Just bring it down, I think. Like that. And now I come up from this corner, up like that. For slight curves, you can curve your knife, but it usually works better when you're moving your paper. That way you don't have to lift your knife up too much either. Hold on to the part that you're cutting out as well. I'm going to have to come down now, I think, because the image is on this side and I can see it a little bit better. I do apologise if you hear my son in the background. They're on school break now. And there. Okay, and I can probably just take that up like that. And see, I've got that out. And that's quite a nice cut there. And do you see what I mean about the hand? I'll see how I go. I'll see how I go with that one. There we go. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to go and cut this part out now and all the other ones, and then I'll be back. Okay, what I've done is on all of the pages that I've cut out, I've just gone around once again with the permanent marker just to add a little edge to the cutout part. And then after that, I've flipped it over and I'm going to add a couple of layers of tulle to the back of it here. On the ones like with the ladies in it, and there was a more intricate design, I put some tacky glue on the back of the lady and laid this on, and then I put fabric glue around the edge, but that was just to hold the picture to the tool when it's finished. But because this doesn't have an intricate design on it, I'm just going to get my fabric glue here and go all the way around the edge. Now you might want to keep a wet one on hand as well, because this can get a little bit messy. Get my 2 layers of tulle, try and keep them as even as you want them, and then just lay it down and kind of press it into that glue, and try not to get the glue on the opening. It does stick to you a little bit, but it's okay. It doesn't take long for fabric glue to dry, and if you feel that you need some more glue on it, all you have to do is, once it's in place, you could just go and put a bit more fabric glue on like that and just smear it a bit to hold it down, and it will dry like that and give it a really good tight closure without making it bulky from glue. Just make sure you smear it away from the opening though. This is going to be covered on this side, so I don't have to have it immaculate or anything like that. But I don't want it coming up either. So like that. And we might just put a bit more under here, up the top. There we go. Okay, and that should hold quite nicely, just like that. There we go. And then you have that lovely 2 layers of tulle there. Like I said, the other side of the paper is going to be covered there. If you wanted to, you could put it under the sewing machine and put a bit of sewing on that. I may, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. I may just put a stitch line around that little frame part there just to finish it off. I probably will, so I'll go do that now. Alright, so I stitched around that frame like that, and that can go in here now. So I've done all those. You can see that's the lady one I was talking about. I did put lots of glue on her there and then went back and added a bit more just so she didn't lift up at all, and put gold around the edge of it as well. And I think I just, yeah, that needs a little bit more glue, but I can go through this at any stage and just add a few bits and pieces, and that's not how they're going to end up, but that's what we're doing so far. And there were trying to think what book it's in. Here it's in this one. That's another one of the ladies there I've already done. Could be in the other one. Whoops. Could be in the other one that I wanted to make a pocket out of one of the pages. This one here. It has this lovely lace page. Yeah, that has that. And I don't think it has ladies, but they're not cut out in this book, in this journal, or in this signature. That's the word I'm looking for. That's that one. That's a pretty one there too. That's okay, because there's one in the other one. I want to print another one of these out and make a pocket. So I'll go do that and then I'll come back. I am back. I printed another one of those out. It's slightly a little bit... Oh no, I think I printed the same before, but I put a gold piece around it. Now, I'm making the lace piece the pocket. So what I'm going to do is just fold that, because this, although it's good quality paper, it's not overly thick. So I'm going to do that, and I think what I will do is just glue it. And I'm just using a Yoo-hoo glue stick for this. Should hold it. Oops. There we go. And then what I can do is just cut around . And then I can still use this pretty floral piece on something down the track. And so that's going to form a pocket exactly the same like that. And I'm going to, I think I'll put some more, oh goodness me. Right. Scissors and goodness knows what. I shall put some gold along here. I've got a little white strip there, so I'll just pretty much just colour that in with the gold, I think. I can also ink it once that is dry. There we go. And I think I may have mentioned before, this doesn't have to be ultra tidy. It's like a gilded page edge. They're not always, once they're aged, they don't always look perfect because some bits get missing. And so it does look a little bit even once it's aged. Bit on the edge. That. And then this edge, I think I will ink it a little bit. I've got the walnut stain here. I don't want it too dark though, so what I'll just sort of blot it a bit first, and I'll see that even that is still a little bit dark. That looks. Going there like that as a pocket. You could even put like oh, you could even put, let me think. Okay, sorry about that. I just got this beautiful lace out. This is a Crafty Me shop lace. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? I love this lace, and I have used some of it already, as you can see down the bottom here. But I've got this little strip at the top, and I'm just wondering if I can have that, use that up as a little peekaboo, just popping out to break it up a little bit there. I think that might be quite nice. I'll just perhaps cut it away because there's lots of beading and things on it. But it's only this top edge that I really want. So I think I'm just going to cut around the other stuff there. And I can manipulate it a little bit, I think, too. I'll just take it to there and see how that goes. Isn't it gorgeous? I could use some of the flowers off this as well. Use some of my pretty colours. Okay, so what have we got? It's a lovely corded lace. There's another beaded bit there. Don't particularly want the beads on it. And it can just, like, see that? Just like a bit of a peekaboo. In fact, if I take it like that and have that like that, what have we got here? I could almost, oh yes, I could do that perhaps. Okay, let's just cut that little bit there off that's not joined and see how we go. Okay. So once again, using some fabric glue, I'm just going to start putting a bit right on the edge. Perhaps I shouldn't have my good cutting mat underneath. Might need to move that, otherwise I'll end up with glue all over it, and we don't want that. Keep one mat at least looking decent, don't I? So I can just kind of go like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, see how it's just popping out a little bit? That's just what I want. held that perhaps just a little. Yeah. Like that. And that will go like that. That'll be all right because the edge is going that way. Things won't really catch on it, I hope. Where was that there? So I want that like that. Let's get it under the camera a bit, and then I was going to have a little play with this, wasn't I? So that could just, when I'm cutting around the beads and things, I need to be adding a little bit of glue to the back so the beads don't all fall off at some stage. I think that's about right. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I will cut that bit there off. So that could probably go like that. They'll like that, or that looks pretty too, doesn't it? That could be stuck to the page, quite like that. And then that can be stuck there and going along the bottom, perhaps. Yeah, quite like that, like that. Like that. Like that. Maybe I need not that little piece, but maybe we need a bigger, like a bigger piece like that. Or oh goodness. Maybe that. Yeah. Maybe that one needs to go there and that bigger one down there. It's so pretty. Okay, we could do that, couldn't we? Is that joined? Yeah. You could even use a tacky glue for this sort of thing as well. You don't have to use a fabric glue for this. You just got to work out where the threads are, just so you don't cut into them. Like some of them don't join and some of them do. I think that's it. Okay, what am I cutting out here? I just want that bit. Go and across there. Okay, let's just put that upside down over there because it's got glue on it. Right, now let me have another look at this. So that one like that, and that one like that, like that. Try and look in the viewfinder because sometimes things up here look different to things down here. Don't want anything too bulky. I could add I feel like that needs to be over there for some reason. Or no, I don't like that. What about that? I'm not 100%, so what I'm going to do is just put that on and I can fiddle with that at the right time. So that just, I could probably just, what we've got going on. Still need to put something on the back there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of craft glue behind that at the moment to hold it in place, and I can stitch it when I decide what I'm going to be doing on the other side. Okay. But anyway, that's a pocket in there. That was one of the cutouts. I could use that. I could use that as a tuck spot at some stage. go. So that's how I'm making that anyway, and I will decorate that a little bit further down the track. So pretty. I could even have it so it's coming out like that. I spent too much time. I'll work it out as the book goes along. Anyway, I'll put that one away. But that's the pocket. Where's the rest of that signature gone? Yeah. So I made a little tuck spot, didn't I? I have to do some little tags or something. So I made one going this way and one going the other way. So like this will go over on a page like that. And then something can go inside like that. And another smaller one in there. What I do need to do is stitch some of my pages, but I want to change the colour of my thread. I've still got a pale grey one in there. I could have stitched that on. I could have, but I didn't. That's okay. Goes like that. That's what it's looking like. I need to stitch some of my pages. I do want to, I've got these doilies, haven't I? One in each signature. So let's have a look where we might put it. Get a spare spot. One could go in there. That one has to go that way, because see how the leaves are going up, so that will go like that there, so, and then this one, because this is a smaller signature, I'll put the thicker doily there. I think let's find a spot, and that it may move until I glue it down or something. This seems like a decent spot, doesn't it? Is it though? Yeah, it should be. All right, there. I'll have to make writing plates for these ones, I think. Just because they might be a bit lumpy and bumpy. So, but I make those at the end out of whatever's left. Okay, so that can go in there like that. And I want to do some stitching. I've got to decide what colour thread I want to use for them. So it'll either be pink or green or blue, I'm thinking, or gold. No, perhaps not gold. Let's put this one in. Maybe there, like that. And that one. How pretty. So this journal has two ladies. Where are we putting this? In there, like that. Like that. Okay. What was I just looking at a minute ago, and I thought, oh, I might Might put that in as well. What was it? Oh, deciding where the bags are going to go. So I get a feel of things as I go along. Now remember, that's going to be covered. So let me just get something. Okay, what pieces? Paper. So that will be joined to that, like that. And made into a pocket. Or where is it? I've got this fabric. I wonder if I could put fabric on the other side of it and make a pocket out of the fabric. Hey? Oh, have I used? I have too. Oh, that's interesting. Up here, at one stage, I've used this fabric and I have glued it to a file folder. And here, see how I've done that? Must have used it in another journal. And so, I'll be able to use that in this journal, perhaps for some tags or something too. So I could use a bit of this as a pocket. Is it too bright? No, I think it needs a bit of brightness. I know I've ripped this somewhere before. I'll be back. Okay, that's our lady page there. I've just ripped a couple of pieces of the fabric the same size as an A4 sheet of paper. And this is just an old sheet that I found thrifting. Where's my little ball? Oh, there it is. Okay. And my thought was to join it like that. That way you get to see the pretty floral design behind it as well. I could even do it like that. So that's the wrong side of the fabric there. Like that. That's quite nice, isn't it? Just a moment. Sorry about that. So how that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Just a background like that. Remember, there's going to be a tag in there as well, so it's not going to be seen all the time. I'm not quite sure how I'll have a tag in there. It might just be oh, I just thought of something. These, I could use a bit of this from there. don't like those scissors when I've got to cut long pieces. I think I was making like a file folder or something with these. I can't remember. A long time ago. Okay. And that it will be in there like that as a tag. But you still see that, and when you take it out, you've still got that lovely background, and I can back that and just make sure it's going to be long enough. It should be long enough. I'll put something coming out the top there. So that will be nice. Now, that's the bright side of the fabric, and that's the wrong side of the fabric. Might be best to have the bright side of the fabric showing. There we go. That'll be like that, and then it'll have a tag probably there, and you don't even notice the tags in there actually, and you still get to see that. And although that pink is a little bit brighter than this muted pink here, I've got those flowers over here. Okay. See, those ones are a bit brighter than those ones, aren't they? And I could do something like that, and that brings that little bit of brightness. Ooh, they're bright, aren't they? It certainly gives a bit of a pop of something. And then, yes, I could... Where are they? I love these. And these are the same sorts of things. And they're little cream flowers. They could go in the centre, and that helps to just, you know, subdue it a little bit. Like that. Okay, so we'll have the bright colour on the outside, so I can pick it up over here like that. Yeah, okay, we can take those off for the time being. That's just an idea. I'll keep these out so I don't forget about them, and I'll put that over there. That one back up there. So with this, I am just going to... It's not going to be like extra thick or anything, but it's not going to be holding a great deal either. Like, I like the idea that it's fabric. So, okay. Do I want the back page a pocket also? Oh, I know what I can do. Okay, I can make that a side pocket and this one a top. That side a side pocket, this one a top pocket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just stitch that on the sewing machine. Probably I can do either a zigzag or a straight stitch. I've done zigzag at the top there, so I might do a bit of a straight stitch going around. And then I'll come back and show you. Oops. Okay, so I've just finished that. I have stitched down the side here, across there, and up that side there. And on this side, I've stitched there and there. So we have a pocket in here on the back of it, and a pocket up the top here on the front of it. So that's how that will go. In there like that. And I'm not going to do them all in the same fabric, I think. I've got another one here. I cut two out. I think there's might be two ladies in this. There's that one. What's this one? See, that's a square. So that can have something different. What's the other one in here, though? See, that's a lady, but I don't want to use the same fabric. So that fabric will go with the other journal. And on here, oh, I know, remember that little, I've got this half sheet that could be used, but then I've still got the white background now. I think I'll find a fabric. I like the way the fabric looks. What else? See, I've got some of this. And that looks better. That looks better behind her, doesn't it? So much nicer because it matches in with her dress and everything. So we might just have to go with this. I love this fabric. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that already, but I don't think I've got enough. So maybe I could have just it on the back there and have something else over here, completely different, just have one pocket. Okay, I think that's what I might do. That way it'll leave me some of this as well. Is it big enough? Ooh, might not be. Might have to do it that way. That would be smart, wouldn't it? Okay, that would be a better idea to do that. So, let's just get a marking pen about there, about there, about there, about there. Okay. Now, oops. I can cut that out. I might leave a little bit extra on this side though, so maybe it can go through the page and be a little bit of a feature on that side. About there. That's about right. Okay. And leave. I'll take it all the way across, I think. That would be a good idea. And then I wonder if I can just rip that. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. So I've got that. Right. Oh, how's it? Well, it's actually going to be lighter unless I do it the other way. So it'll either be light like that, and then that side will be dark. How do we want it though? We want to be able to see the flowers, don't we? Or should I have the lighter side on this side? Might be nice too. So it could be like that. In there. And then at the back, I'll have to distress that a little bit and have a bit of the fabric coming through. And have it like that there. So that turning into that, or that turning into that and having it like that at the back. You know, I think I like the lighter one because she gets a bit lost. Although I do love all the flowers around her hair. But I actually think I like I'm pretty sure I liked the way the lighter one looked because it shows the lady off a little bit more, doesn't it? What's the alternative? The alternative is like that. What's that like? I don't think you get as many flowers that way. No, I like it the other way, like that. And then having, I like the way the lighter there turning into the darker on that side, because that's really pretty fabric, isn't it? It is really pretty fabric. Probably need to press that before I go ahead and put it on that. I was going to say that goes on there, doesn't it? Like that. What's that? Oh, where's that from? Oh, that was the spare piece. I had to cut the the fabric. Okay, right, so that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and find different fabrics to put behind the windows. I'll have to have another look around to make sure I've got something that's suitable for each window, but I think I will stick to the lighter one on that one because the lady shows up a bit better. Hello again. It is now Tuesday morning and I hope everybody had a lovely weekend. I'll show you where I'm up to now. Just getting a bit of glue off my hand. And then that will probably be the end of this video because I'm not quite sure how long it's taken. I've done the cutouts. I'm not sure if I've shown that. And I've put a bit of gold using the permanent marker around the edges. I have placed fabric on the backs of some of these printed pages, and I'll just give you a quick flip through. I did do a bit of stitching. I'm using pink and green thread for that. Do you see those pink and green ones? And I went quite dark on the colours because sometimes if you don't, you can't even notice them. So I kind of wanted to see the stitching. So I've done them in the pink and the green, and I'm not worried if the tension isn't perfect. Like I said, I'm not looking for perfect. I've got that page there, and I did iron. I gave the fabrics a quick press, but I think they've been in the position they've been in for such a long time. The creases don't really want to come out, and I don't want to go back and have to wash them. So I'm just letting them be as they are, and they'll sort themselves out as they've been in the book for a while anyway. So in that one, I picked up the peachy tones of the flowers with that. Some more stitching down the side. Now this one, there's no cutout. Isn't it beautiful on that one? So I've left that, but what I thought I would do is a bit of stenciling on that page, so I'll do that in the next video. And then it's just back the other way. I've left a flip up there. See, that's the back of that pocket, and I left extra fabric there. It may turn into a pocket, but it might just be a little flip up, and more stenciling there. Some more stitching, the doily, and there's the back pocket in there. like that. So that's the first little signature for this one. This is the second signature here. That will probably be a pocket on either side like that, and some stenciling, some stitching. And there we have a pocket and that beautiful fabric. More stitching, the doily, and some stitching in the center. The doily, more stitching, a little flip there with that fabric. I will do some stenciling there, like that, and a pocket there with probably some stenciling and decoration, of course. But this is not really the decorating part of the journal making. This is just getting the basics done. Once you can get your basics, sort of a good idea of your basics anyway, then you can start doing lots of fun stuff. So a quick flip through of this one. Isn't she lovely? She's got flowers in her hair. Stenciling on that one, I would think, may change. There's stitching, there's the pocket for that one. And I like the way that it looks washed out on that side because it's the reverse side. And once, oh, no, this one, I joined two pieces and then put a little bit of my scrap trim. I stitched that to it, and that's the pocket on the other side there. With that one, some stitching, and that one will have a pocket like that. That's just like that, and probably stenciling. More stitching, and you saw the back of that one, and that one will be stenciled. Right, okay, pocket there, and I've been looking at this. I don't think I'm overly keen on putting all the beads sticking up because it can mark the paper in front of it, so I'm still not sure what I'll do there. But we've got our pocket there. I will do some stenciling there or something. I've done some stitching. There's a, what's that? Oh, here we go. Okay, I went back and cut that little piece out on that page as well. Just to have a little pocket going on in there. There we go, see? Still got my pyjamas on. Doily, stitching, and back the other way. A pocket there. Stitching, and that will be, oh, I did do something. I made a little tuck because I cut the paper. I printed the paper for something else, and there was this side as well because, what did I print it for? That. I had to reprint that page to make the pocket here. So what I did was I cut the flower out that's under there, see? And made just a little tuck spot in there as well. I did double it, so it's double thickness to make it more sturdy, just like I did with this one here. So that's what I've done, and that is, I think, video number 3. Yes, I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying making this journal, and I know, like, I have to come in just as I have time and work on it. I really wish I could just sit down and spend a lot of time with it, but that's not always the case, is it? So I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.